Hello, I would like to just give you the details of our spring coach meeting. And if you've got any questions, drop me an email. First, thank you for everything you've done so far. We are in our final preparation of the season, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands the meeting that we had. Let's go. First one, this is what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to dive straight into it as well. We've got our programs coming up. Our rec program is in registration. We talked briefly here about what the club is. You know, the club is in a great place in that we are self-sustaining. I walk through our adult leagues and it is filled with our former players now. That is the purpose of this club, longevity. If you can help with the starting part and advertise on your Facebook, share with people, get people around for our rec program, we would appreciate it greatly. Our rec program is the start of everything. And once they're in there, they slowly have access to all the other stuff that go on in the club that make it absolutely great. So a huge thank you to what you've done. Now let's see if we can get the next generation of players in and registered. And the earlier we register them, the better organized we can be. If you need any equipment, this form will be attached to the meeting, so you'll be able to click on there and get. For Veo, Katie talked about the Veo. She is in charge of Veos. If you have any problems with it, one of the big problems she said is that parents are accessing the Veo for their team but don't have an account. If you have someone that is going to do Veo, try and make it the same parent that does it for the times you use it. For our U9s, if you want to use it once, that will be great. For everybody else, 2 to 3 times throughout the season. So if you are looking in there, also on the resource page, there is a form to fill out that will help guide us for the upcoming year for coaches and things like that. This form for planning, opportunities to volunteer and things like that. We talked briefly about our fields. Our fields are community given. We aren't charged for our fields. But in there is a volunteer opportunity to go help clean up our fields. It's huge. We want the communities to understand that we respect and appreciate what they've given us. We want to take care of it. So if you can help us by signing up your team for a cleanup day, it not only helps us improve our relationship with the cities, but it also allows some great team building in there. So that form is on the club resource page. The coaches were accessing it as we went in the meeting. Please do at this time. If you've got guest players on your team, this is a good time to find those that are not attending and take them off, and also add on the ones that want to. You'll be getting a coach pass that your manager will be bringing to every single game. Make sure you do that. If your team needs play-ups, I say play-ups, the league allows us to play down one level. However, that really affects the integrity of the game. CC United is going to lead the way in not allowing any play downs. If you need players, please either play them across, in the case of our U9s, where we have more teams at that same level, or play them from the age or level below you. Would greatly appreciate that. Our evaluation. We need all our evaluations completed before the season starts. Season will start the last week in April. For our U12 on up, they will need to complete a self-evaluation. We are asking them to be position specific and then rate themselves on everything that they do within that position. The coaches will then go and evaluate them. And I'll show you there's a test one coming up next. This is our sample of our basic evaluation. Everybody gets this one, but it is the only one for our U9s through 11s. And you're asking these questions. We have a rubric attached at the top as well as what each score means. And they can get a potential of 100 points. So it shows you where they're at in terms of of that. This is the one for the central defender. So for 12s, these are 10 tasks that a central defender does. If there are some that you feel I'm missing, please let me know. The evaluation and everything else in the club evolves through your feedback. But you will evaluate them all on these things. And they will get, out of those, they can potentially get 100 points and 50 points for the ones at top. So we're evaluating them out of 150. As a coach, I'm putting you under a little bit of pressure to make sure that you have done practice sessions which highlight the skills there. VAOs, like to limit it to 2 per team. We have 70 odd teams this year, so it's really difficult to get everybody. But the office is available to sign up, and also what we wanted to think, and one of the reasons why we've got your tournament listing is if you have a VAO booked out and there is a CC United team coming on the field next, it is okay to let them bring it back. You'd have to email myself or Katie, let them know what's going to happen, so that we get 2 games in one day. So if you have any issues with VAOs, please reach out to Katie. Games, Katie is, this is where she disappears, and we don't see her for another month because she's got her head in the frustrating area of game scheduling. Just think about how many teams we have that want to practice twice a week, and then try and slot a game schedule in there. It would be a really good thing if you could connect with the other teams in your age group to make sure field usage is on. And we're also being very aware of the 2 different times of practices, 5 to 6:30, 6:30 to 8. This allows us to get 2 practices in 1 field space a night. We will be scheduling back-to-back games. We do this for referees so that they can earn 2 games worth of pay. We do it also for field usage, so it blocks off that field for the night. This one is self-explanatory. One of the main things we wanted to get everybody together was to discuss your practice nights. If you are a higher level team, we want to make your practice accessible to others so they can use the open door and train. So this was a great way of not having everybody be on Monday and Wednesday. So please reach out to your age group, find out their practice content, when they're going to be doing it, and go from there. So we will get our April timeout. Everybody will get 1 game, and there's the practice amounts that we're looking at. Our fields. These are the fields that we'll be using throughout the year and the amount of fields on them. We have changed our fields around a little bit. We will get City Centre for the 9s up until probably June. So we're going to use that. That should take us through most of the season. But at Diethelm, we've added 2. We're going to add 4 full-size U9 and 10 fields. The one big change is at Bluff Park in Carver. We're going to add in a U11 and 12 field, and we're also going to have that be only 1 U9 and 10 field. So that's where our fields will be located. If you are U13 and up, for your practices, please do not practice Saturday morning up until 1 p.m. This allows our young players to coach and even to referee in our rec program. So if you are 13 and older, that Saturday morning slot 8 to 1 is off limits. So please do not schedule anything on there. We will not give you field space. We need to make those kids accessible. And like I said, we are not a bunch of teams. We're a club. And that club needs to support itself through every one of the programs. We are getting availability come in. It comes in every week. But until you hear from us, please do not use any of the grass fields. If you are sneaky, and I hope Katie doesn't hear this, if you know of a hockey rink that is defrosting, there's one at Bandimere, there's two at Clover Ridge, you could probably sneak onto the hockey rink and kick a few balls around in there. But do not use the soccer fields. Age group changes. This is a big part of our meeting. It caused a lot of commotion in the room. Everybody wants to keep their team together. Everybody loves the kids on their team. But unfortunately, for consistency, we have to be a little bit stricter. We cannot allow teams and players to do what they want with this, because we are a club. We will, wherever possible, be playing kids in their new age group. It is a good thing. Even though, they've established relationships, they are not going alone. There is no child player that is moving on their own and they're going to a place where they know nobody. They're moving with some from their team. And as soon as we start picking certain players, it makes it ever more challenging. Well, I can't have this one play up, they're my best player. And well, they'll be their best player on the age group below. The nice thing about CC United is that player through Open Door will probably come train with you. There's nothing stopping that. So it will be a good thing that player now has access to 2 teams worth of players instead of 1. Wow, that is excellent. And coming from a club that has an open door policy, it really does help us out. So it is so important that we're on the same message, that for consistency's sake, we have to see where the kids fall. I'll be pulling in age groups into the office and we'll be talking more. And I'm only going to do it at the 12 on up, as I feel everybody else has not settled into their team long enough that we should be okay. At our team meeting, at our age group meetings, when I pull in the coaches, we're going to establish groups of players and then monitor them throughout the season. So if you played at a high level, at the highest level in your age group, you'll be in group 1. Second will be group 2, and then we'll see where you fit going forward. Want to get into tryouts with a really good age of where we are at. This one's big as well. Our winter for next year, winter for 26-27. Hate to wish away time, but we're thinking about it now. Our open door is going absolutely crazy with players using it all the time. It is so good to see it happen. It's something we need to keep encouraging. It's created a problem. Some of the players want to move on to the team they're training with additionally. We have some guidelines in there. We are tightening them up. When a player wants to appear somewhere as a guest starting winter 2026, they must fill out a form. That form is signed by the parents that they understand that this is a training opportunity. It is not about movement at this time. And the 4 things need to be met before moving can be considered. We've had some kids this year that didn't make their allotted time for their team. They simply trained with the team they want to be on and then expected to move because they've done really well. That has to change. They have to be accountable for their placement and given the opportunity to move through their training. That's it. So those are the 4 things. Get used to them. Our club is so unique in how we do this. I am privileged to be in a position to reward the kids who train extra and make that roster change. And it is great to see. When players don't make the team they want, sadly, parents gang up and they quit or they go to another club. And it's really kind of sad because, we're all going to get news in this life that we don't like. We're all going to get things that we don't like to happen with us. How we handle them affects everything. How our parents and you as coaches handle this disappointment really does make a difference. So we're looking at, can you meet these 4 requirements? And there'll be more structure coming into it as we have our winter coaches meeting. This one's big for our play-ups. If you are short of players, we said it before, you cannot have players play down in the season. Say that again. Your team cannot have players play down a level in the season to make up your numbers. Players come from the level or age below. We have integrity within our club. We're going to keep it. So that just about concludes everything. This is what we discussed with the group. This is who in the club you are talking with for various things. And that is our meeting. Thank you very much again for everything you do. I greatly appreciate it. We couldn't do this without you. I believe that this next year is going to be even more positive than before, and every year we improve on stuff. Thank you also for your time at coach training. This year our numbers were higher than ever, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you've got any suggestions with things that you'd like to see at coach training, please let me know.